Hey everyone, and welcome back to BSG Online. My name's Kyrrone, and I'm joined today with your everyday giant clam and Ludovis, and we will be playing Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
One of the best games in the world.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So rather than just talk about the game, we'll get straight into it. We'll count down from 5 and go on 0. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So let's go. So this game's...
the racers are off.
So this game's a 3D platformer with a very peculiar mechanics built around it. Essentially, you play as this kid called Billy, and he basically controls by pushing giant eggs around these sandbox-like levels, sort of similar to Mario 64 sort of level design. And I'm really bad at describing this game. I feel like Clam and Luda could do a better job than I can.
Yeah, we'll let you focus on the really hard part of watching a cutscene that's a minute long. So basically, the game is designed completely around egg mechanics, which is it can lead to some quite wacky things later on. You'll see some nice bounces, hopefully, if Kyrrone decides to go for some certainly interesting tricks that are definitely the hardest things you'll ever have to do. But you can do all sorts of movements. So there's attacking movements and there's movements, basically. You can bounce with an egg, you can dash with an egg, and you can roll slowly. You can also throw the egg out in front of you and it rolls back, as well as jumping up in the air and launching the egg down on the ground, which are different ways of attacking. So using all of these, the game, because it's so open world in each level, you can bounce around basically anything, which is great. That means switches basically don't exist in this game.
Yeah.
And gates, yeah. There is one specific door that full-on does just not exist. So at the beginning of most levels, you see that little cutscene that you just saw there. That basically, it gives you information about the game. You don't care about that. You mash A and B at the same time, and just skip right through. You'll see that he's also pushing himself against the wall. That gives you a tiny, tiny little speed boost, which can get you to that egg, which gives you the suit a little bit faster. And now all of a sudden, you are a chicken man.
I can't mash.
The mashing is going really well.
Never learned properly.
He's just been guessing this entire time.
Top player of the game can't mash.
Exactly. So this man, that man right there, that man, oh boy, that man.
He's my boy, Dark Corvo.
Dark Corvo.
He sounds a bunch of these enemies, and now I've basically got to do 3 quite difficult tricks in a row, and I think I'll let these guys describe that. I would describe it, but I gotta concentrate on it.
Yeah, exactly. So what he's doing right now is he's getting fruit so he can grow his egg. He lines himself up very specifically with the heart container, and he bounces off a sign and rolls over that. Easy. Luda, you can describe this one.
And then the next one will be a KBC.
Oh.
Set up this egg, this bigger egg, and then shoot it, and then basically it'll come back and hit him, and it'll push him through the wall.
Beautiful. And I got all
And then that one right there we just missed.
Yeah, that one was
Skip
basically just
some hoops.
yeah. It saves 15 seconds or something because there's a really long cutscene going through the hoops.
Takes
So
too
this is
long.
this is one of the integral levels of the game. So in each world, there's level 1 and level 2. Level 1 is a golden egg level, which is this one where you have to find a golden egg, save the golden egg, and hatch it. And level 2 is a boss fight. Get to a boss fight and fight the boss. The golden egg has some very special mechanics in the sense of if you hit it with a bigger egg, it doesn't smash, it just rolls. Whereas other eggs, like you saw earlier, they pop or they can crack.
Yeah.
But these golden eggs also break if an enemy touches them. And also,
yeah.
just for the donation readers, anytime we get a cutscene like this, it's a good time for donations then, because it's just basically just a lot of nothing happening.
Yeah, it's like a full 30 seconds of emptiness.
Well, good thing I just got a donation in then just now. I got €5 from Infinity Gene saying,
let's go.
€5 to a good cause. Best of luck on the Billy Hatcher run, Kyrrone.
Yeah.
Keepo Hatcher.
Let's go.
Keepo Hatcher. Let's go, Infinity Gene.
Happy birthday, Gene.
Yeah, happy birthday,
happy
dude.
birthday.
Everybody, happy birthday, Gene. It's his birthday today. How old is he? 54? I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Oh man.
So we're getting into our first boss level, and personally, I love the boss levels. Apart from the bosses can be horrible.
This boss isn't. This boss is easy.
No, this boss is fine. Most bosses, you have a very set amount of health you can get down. This boss, unfortunately, is one of them before it goes on to like next cycles and stuff like that. But some bosses we can just like 2-cycle and do it perfectly. So we'll see a couple of them later on. There's one. Yeah.
I mean, you can do it in 1 cycle, but that's
Yeah, very much.
These enemies are also the worst. Like, they're just so hard to do.
The amount of RNG in this game can be absolutely ridiculous, just because the way enemies move is completely RNG, as well as the fruit they drop. So let's get into the fruit dropping a little bit.
Oh yes, so I'll do that bit. So every egg in the game has a preference for. Oh, I never messed this up. Okay. So every egg in the game has like a preference for fruit that they like. Essentially, if they take a fruit that they like, they'll grow at double the rate of any other fruit, really. So for that egg, for example, they really like pineapples. So if you pick up a pineapple and then one any other fruit, they will like grow up to max size very quickly. Golden eggs like cherries and pineapples. So whenever I got a golden egg and you see a cherry and a pineapple, you've got to get excited.
Yeah, there's a level later on, which is the circus level, the golden egg one, where if you get bad RNG, you lose, what is it, like 30 seconds?
You lose a lot of time.
Because you have to wait for fruit to respawn. It's absolutely horrible. That's probably one of the worst RNG spots that you can get. Everything else can be backed up fairly well.
Yeah, so this game isn't like too RNG heavy. There's a lot of RNG in it, but it's not like your run depends on that RNG, apart from mainly in Circus 1, and even then, usually we're not at that point of optimization where we absolutely need it.
Yeah, for now anyways, it's definitely going down very, very quickly recently anyways.
This boss, there's not much to describe about this boss. Basically, you just gotta keep him in the middle, otherwise he has to like walk back there after every attack. So like that, we just got to shoot lasers in the middle, he didn't need to do any walking there. And then we just hit him with the giant egg and he's dead.
Yeah. Nothing really different with Eric. Just always the same every time.
Yeah, as long as you have just moving from side to side, they follow you, and then you just walk into them to trigger their attack to get them to land wherever you want them to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very specific spot in the center for them to just stop, but like anywhere near the center, they'll just beeline straight towards it and take like 2 steps. It's really quite good to do optimally.
Sometimes you do get like dead on the middle, and they start like chasing their own tail just to try and get into the middle. And it's quite annoying when that happens because you're sort of like, oh, come on, you're there.
Yeah, they just start running in circles, trying to figure out where they are. They don't realize to be bamboozled so hard.
So this route is based around a level in Forest 6. Unfortunately, we can't do Forest 6 just yet, so we have to go to Pirate and do Pirate 4 before we can actually go back to Forest 6 and do that level. So we're going to move on to our second world, essentially.
Yeah, there are other characters you can actually play as. We play as 2 other characters apart from Billy, Rolly and Phantom. Phantom best boy, obviously. And there's one person who we don't play as and we don't even rescue, completely ignore, just because they're locked behind an absolutely horribly long level where you have to kill 100 enemies, and that's Chick. And to be honest, his screams are really annoying, so I'm quite glad that we leave him out.
I can't remember his scream. Oh, we got cherries.
Thinking on it. Oh yeah, that's very good RNG. Getting cherries from the big guys are basically exactly what you want.
Yeah, we can take a little different route for this level because of that. Save like a couple seconds.
A couple seconds is better than nothing, though, eh?
Yeah. Oh, that was really...
In a speedrun.
I forgot to press this level earlier today, so I'm kind of a bit like, oh, let's not die here.
And thankfully enough, this egg loves pineapples and cherries, and guess what's just lying there? Some pineapples and cherries. It's perfect. Just halfway through the level at the very end.
Yeah.
You'll see in a couple levels, in the saving levels, that it's actually quite brutal if you think about it, because the character's sitting there completely tied up, right? That's fair enough, but they put a bomb beside them. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, they've set a bomb, and it takes 4 minutes for each bomb to explode. And if you don't get there in 4 minutes, it explodes, and if it just kills them. It's vile. It's not something you'd expect from the best Sonic game, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, in the second best Sonic game, you had Eggman like threaten Amy with a gun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the second best Sonic game. We get a lot of questions as well do you get really, really annoyed of Billy just screaming for an hour?
No.
No. You honestly, you barely notice it.
Yeah.
Once you get really into it, because
you
you're
feel it
focusing
out.
quite hard, it's just, it just passes through your mind. But I see whenever I'm watching other people's runs, you really do start noticing just Billy screaming constantly, and it's kind of hard to get out of your head then.
What do you mean? I sleep to ASMR, Billy screaming.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You just have someone spam the R trigger while you try and
someone want
sleep.
to explain cannons for me whilst I line up
Yep.
this second cannon? Which
So
pretty
really
good at-
take this.
okay, if I get this right. Oh, there we go. That's good.
Perfect. There we go. Okay, so basically with the cannons, I'm spectacular at cannons. No
Shut up.
to anybody else. I technically have the fastest cannons time, but it got removed unfortunately. But basically, if you aim the cannons a specific bit, you bounce off collision and it just skips big parts of the levels. That last one that he just did there skipped the entire second half of the level by bouncing off the side of the eye, and it just lands you with a boss. And speaking of bosses, Captain Blair.
Okay, so Blair is quite. You have to like time some hits with Blair, so I am going to go quiet for this. Once I can focus on it. Essentially, we can hit him twice out the. Hit him once in the air to get bonus hits on him. We can do that with the shockwaves, so essentially I'm just trying to time these attacks.
So it's basically a faster way to do this. You'll see a quick, fast strat. So you pick up the apple first, and then you do this 4 times. And then you pick up the apple again, and then when you slam him there, normally you'd only get 1 hit off, and then he comes over by the pineapple, you slam him. If you do it quick enough, he fires 2 puddles instead of 6, and you can hit him and just get straight into the emblem. It's actually pretty nice strat.
That was clean fire.
That was very clean.
I was a bit worried about the apple there. For some reason it took a while to spawn back, and I was a bit worried I was going to break my egg because of it. But...
Yeah, it seemed the cherry spawned in beforehand for some reason.
And now we got our favourite person, Egg Boy.
Yep, it's Egg Boy. Yay has won the game.
Usually happens. Damn.
I just love it.
Yeah,
It looks so
well,
funny.
Can I come in with a quick donation?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
well,
Alright, we got a €3 donation by Witherman saying Buggers for Clem, Buggers for Ryan, Buggers for Luda, Buggers for charity.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that donation.
Oh, let's go with her.
we love you with him, man. It's great.
Thank you, Wither.
Everybody appreciate the donation. So now we'll see the first non-gold egg or thingy boss level, and it's actually really interesting. I don't know too much about this strat, so Luda, do you want to try and explain it?
Yeah, Luda can explain this one.
Okay, so this level is a race, and a year ago, it was basically you did the race around the same time, but recently we discovered one strat to kind of like, I wouldn't say force him, kind of like glitch him, and then go ahead,
So this
and then like go ahead.
Oh, I'll take it if you want. This trick is called like Clipper and Yeets, and essentially like say 4 seconds because there's this bridge just behind us that spawns and despawns depending on whether depending on like draw distance. And Clipper of course has to run across that bridge, but if it's not there, he'll jump across it. So essentially, we spawn the bridge as soon as like Clipper needs to make that decision to jump, and it messes it up. And then we basically respawn we basically like then do that again, and it makes it even weirder. So.
Hopefully
There we are.
Like,
We're gonna
Yeah,
actually.
there we go.
There we are.
See
We'll,
how he just starts running across the sky. He's sprinting towards the goalpost.
we'll lose a
and
couple
then
seconds there
throws
to
himself
watch it, but I feel like we need to show what happens.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that was basically the perfect thing that could happen.
Yeah, that saves. So Clip and Yeet saves 5 seconds, and Super Clip and Yeet saves 9 seconds. So it's like kind of important to get.
yeah, they were both found on. Well, the Super Yeet was found on accident
Yeah.
Yeah.
by someone that even run the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just found.
The normal Yeet was also kind of discovered by accident. I'm going to. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. So this is my usual route, and I guess we haven't really talked about the route really. So after we do Forest 6, we want to try and rush to get to Sand 2, because that is technically the hardest level in the game. There's 2 very difficult and very punishing tricks in that level that we just want to get out of the way. But for now, we're gonna just do this route because I feel like it's probably the best route for like top level, but I don't use it personally because I'm a scrub.
Screw top level.
Yeah. And there we are. That's the bomb that Clan was talking about, but we can save Rolly in like 20 seconds because levels. It's a surprisingly long level, but with that one jump that we did at the start level, we can basically skip it all. I think there was a strategy guide as well that like hints at it, like, oh yeah, you can just do this and save like. So it's like one of the oldest skips in the game.
Yeah, it's literally just somebody looked at the side and was like, hey, Rolly's up there. How about if we just jump off of this? And it just took you there, and you're like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, we use that a lot actually in the run, just because it's like. We used it in the clip and race, and we're also going to use it in the next pirate level we go to. So, but first, now we're actually going to play as Rolly, who was the first character we unlock. The reason why this level is down at top level is because there's this clip at the start level that's really difficult to get. Unfortunately, we're not going to go for that. We're going to go for something a little different here. But it still looks cool nonetheless. Essentially, we have to clip off one of these cats, but they just don't. They're very hot. They're RNG based, and there we are. Beautiful clip.
Perfect. Look at that.
And then we're just going to walk on the air and fall down. Doing this clip over the normal route actually like saves a second. It's not that big a time save, but it just looks cool. And I'm not really going for any like records or any PBs today. We're just gonna have fun, so might as well show off some cool stuff with this game.
I just noticed that King Parity was just like no KBC, and then just realized that it's a completely different one, and was like, what? Yeah, I didn't know about this until Kai just showed me just before the run started, and I was like, what? What do you mean you can just walk across the air? It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that was discovered by Pedro like a few weeks ago. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And we also clip of that B. Yeah. Also, what we did there is I performed like a dash cancel. Basically, I stopped my dash right as the B spawned just to make it inflate. And then we can just lure it into that wall and clip through really easy. Yeah,
the thing about every single wall in this game, you can basically just be pushed through it with collision. The way the KBCs work is that you need to basically have 2 collision boxes and be able to be hit through it using iframes. And I think is how it works. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain.
I think Billy's when he gets off there, I just don't think he has collision for the start of it. So it's like it's all like hype. This is all theory. I don't really know what goes on.
Yeah, we haven't tested it a lot, but bees, because they technically have 2 collision boxes, they have the stinger and they have a little bit above it, which is like their body. Yeah. They make them a lot easier to clip through if you have good angles. And eggs are great as well because you know exactly where they're coming. Like we're about to see another egg KBC here.
Yeah. Beautiful. The only thing with the enemies is they're kind of unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bees can be manipulated, which is really helpful. They're like the only.
And so can those big cats as well.
Big cats are a bit different though, but they can be manipulated quite well. I think bees are kind of the easiest to manipulate because they're quite easy to understand.
Yeah.
Here comes the hardest jump in the game.
Oh, tell me about it.
So many people die to this jump. Right, let's see if you can get it.
Alright, beautiful.
There we go, easy. Just jumping around that gate. There's a small little bit at the edge where you can just lose your egg.
You just get sucked in.
Yeah.
You just get sucked into
the texture is not
that looks helpful.
Yeah, it's not real.
Early.
You'll also notice something which I completely forgot about, just because I see it so often. At the end of the boss levels, you see that you're like about to talk to a chicken and you just ignore them and just warp out. That's because speaking to them, you go through the saving thing and you have to speak to them. But if you just click select, you still get the emblem anyways, so it doesn't really matter. However, if we were doing 100%, you unfortunately do have to talk to them because everything in 100% gets locked after you speak to the guy, which is an interesting fact.
I didn't actually know that.
As the 100% world record holder, I know this.
God,
okay, so
that's beautiful, Angus.
that was
that spiral jump.
Yeah. This level can be really, really bad. Even high tier. This is one of the hardest ones to do fast, and you'll see a really nice skip here.
I think Cosmic said he's scared of this level, so it just goes to show how difficult this one can be.
Yeah, the Cosmic is scared of this level.
Yeah.
It is pretty ridiculous.
But
like it's only like 40 seconds long, but it's because there's so much movement in that 40 seconds and you have to do everything so precise. And that was spectacular, actually. That was 37 seconds. That was really good. Man, you're really popping off today.
Yeah. So basically, we should really describe what happened at the end there. So essentially, when you land on that island, a cutscene plays, and then all those platforms on that island get surrounded by fire. But essentially, when we shot the cannon, we just did 2 rolls and grabbed the switch very quickly just to like get through that whole obstacle before the fire even like surrounds the platforms. It's kind of one of the coolest tricks in the game, considering how much that actually sucks casually to do.
Oh yeah, you have to hash clip it and everything.
Yeah.
This game, thinking about it, is pretty metal. Like, fire arrows being launched about the place, gigantic dinosaurs trying to eat this guy, and he's just running about. He's having a great time.
It's Chicken Boy!
He's just a chicken boy, a chicken, you know?
Some eggs. They're supposed to be fragile.
Yeah, they're supposed to be fragile, but he's killing dinosaurs with them. This is how the dinosaurs went extinct. Billy Hatcher. It's canon.
Banana guy.
Banana guy. Oh, who brought the banana guy? I bet it was Infinity Gene. He didn't donate enough.
With all that birthday money he has.
All the birthday money, yeah.
Melon Master.
Melon Master. We love to see it. So another thing that we haven't seen yet, but we will see 2 of. One in the next level. Are egg animals. And I mean, I'm just going to say this right now, Richie, best boy.
Yeah. If you disagree with Clam's opinion, you're just wrong.
Yeah, if you disagree, please, just like, you know, we don't want any kind of negativity, so just agree and it's okay.
Right, frame 1, mash time, boys.
Yeah, so this is, if you get perfect RNG, you can skip this mashing bit, but because of the way that the spring is that you come out, you have to basically do a frame perfect B press as you end the cutscene.
Ah, I didn't get it.
And unfortunately we didn't get it, so you just need to wait a couple seconds for the spring to stop bouncing about.
I stopped saying because I was popping up on that mash there.
Yeah, he was trying really hard, but it wasn't good enough. When you try your best. There are a couple version differences in this game.
Yes.
So NTSC is technically the fastest because you can pick up emblems instantly. But also a funny little thing. On that emblem just there, you can just walk into an NTSC and you just pick it up instantly because it's low enough to the ground. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I always love doing it.
Unfortunately, if you pick them up frame 1 of their spawning, you will soft lock. So basically, I don't line myself up to land on that emblem because basically the river would be dead if I did that. So
yeah. Other people say that's worse strats.
What?
Not landing on the emblem. Losing that half a second.
In fact, I was thinking, like, probably for ILs, you could probably, like, do that strat, but then just, like, try and get the 2-frame jump.
Yeah, exactly. So here's our first egg animal, and this is the best egg animal.
This is Richie, and he is adorable.
This is Richie. He is the best. Powers of ice and illusions. Like, what can you ask?
So
purple is the best color.
I won't go that far, but he's cute. And that's a sign jump. Those are, like...
Yeah, that's one of the integral tricks. You can do that off of basically any sign or tree, presuming you have the correct kind of egg and a good angle. So basically you go kind of like part way inside the sign, and if you hold towards it, and then as you bounce, hold the other direction, it ricochets you and launches you the other direction, depending on how far inside the sign you were.
Yeah.
Which is actually a pretty cool trick, and it is used to skip a lot of things. It's used to skip a lot of things, including getting out of bounds. Or it was. Do you do the egg shoot bounce in Circus 2?
Not disgusting.
I don't.
You're not disgusting, yeah. So you'll do the egg.
Oh no!
The egg bounce.
Oh
no!
Okay.
So that's a very hard. That is a fairly hard jump, but you'll get to see a nice little backup here. Oh, that's not the backup.
Alright, let's get the backup. Yeah, so we're gonna bounce off the top of this tree and just go over here. That's a bit annoying.
Basically, if you just slam on top of a tree, it'll just launch you up.
Yeah.
Don't question it.
That dash jump is kind of scary though, because like you got that screen shake that just makes it hard to see what you're doing, and also there's fireballs that could just hit you out of the sky. So you just gotta be like, it's just intimidating, I guess. Like, it's not hard to do, but when you've got like a lot of factors in play there that just want to kill you, it's like, unfortunately, I did panic and jump early, so. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that was a good shot. I shouldn't have done that, but We live in.
You did really living life on the edge right there. You were very close to soft locking. Basically, if you jump in there and if you go down the side, you're fine. But if you're too far away or in the wrong position, you can hit an invisible death plane, which is very far above the lava, which kills you. And if you die before the boss portal opens up, it's gone. It's never going to come back, and you have to restart the entire level.
Yeah.
This is so this boss, he's a mole on top of a dinosaur, and his name is Topo. Now keep the fact that he's a mole in mind. That's very important for later.
It will be on the test.
Yep. So he shoots fireballs, and basically we just want him to slam his head down on us around here.
Unfortunately, there are very, very little fast strats for this. You have to do it in 3 cycles. You can't do it any slower, any quicker. You can do it very much slower, trust me.
you could do PNX more and die.
Yeah, you can die in this and have to restart the entire fight at the end. If you're doing stupid strats by bouncing yourself out of place, then...
Yeah, I just walk. I dashed quick up through it and I just walked about, like, I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, if you dash into the walls here, sometimes your egg can just go over the top and it just falls into lava for no reason.
It's the funniest thing when it happens, but... When it happens to others, I should say.
Oh yeah, not when it's you on like a world record pace run or anything.
Yeah, I mean, by this point I don't mind you saying it Dino 2. It's like, not far into the run, but...
You say it's not too far, but if you're all the way through the fight, you know, it's a couple minutes completely wasted. I always hate dying on this fight because it's such a long fight. The longest boss fight apart from Dark Corvo and Dark Raven.
So I'm waiting on these certain
spoilers.
spots for him to dunk my egg, or to like let him slam his head down onto me, because like that's like the safest place to do it. Essentially, like he does have a point where like he won't slam his head down if you go too like close to him before he starts running. So we have to like basically space ourselves, slam his head down early. I described that horribly there, but
basically, if you look at the center, it's kind of like segmented.
Boys, we got a good Kai spot.
You can work with the segments and get him to slam his head down in specific places to get him as close to the emblem and to get him to slam down as soon as possible. But we've kind of figured out some of the patterns, but sometimes they just don't work for some reason. So it's still a work in progress.
This is a beautiful Kai spot.
And this is great, yeah. So basically,
that should be an instant grab.
Is like right on the emblem.
That looks like it as well, like, or maybe
That's
just
one
slightly
of the
off.
optimizations you can do.
Yeah.
I think I
It
missed
does
it.
save a couple seconds. Ooh.
Yeah, right next to it.
Damn. Very, very close. But yeah, that would save like a couple seconds. You're in the air, you grab it, and you just land on the ground.
Yeah.
It's pretty handy.
That's why it's called the Kai spot, because guess who found it?
So now, unfortunately, the rest of Dino is locked behind either a new character, mini games, or 100 Crows. So we just don't come back here until the end.
Yeah.
we can't be bothered doing a 5-minute 100 Crows or a 2.5-minute mini game level.
The 100 Crow level ain't that long, it's just RNG.
That's
Yeah.
very true. Maybe we'll find a nice route that allows it, because directly after that is Save Chick, is it not?
Yeah, and that's a very quick level.
And that's a very quick level. So maybe we'll have a look into routes with it maybe and have 100 Crows in it, but currently it just isn't worth it. You'll see a lovely little skip through, by the way.
Oh yeah, just the double tree bounce.
Yeah,
No
you just
no
bounce.
IGU though. Let's try and get the fire hoops. Nice.
Yep, and that's like I think I figured it out. If you're at a good angle, you have about 3 frames to press A. So
yeah,
it's not exactly
something
frame
around
perfect, but
It's a 4-frame trick, I believe. That's what Pedro discovered.
it is pretty hard. And if you're at the wrong angle, it becomes very much frame perfect or impossible. Let's hope he gets the fruits on the slide, because if you don't, then you have to kill a penguin, and we don't like killing penguins here. It's fine, you got it. So,
I've got a backup strat for it now though, but yeah, I didn't need to use it.
no penguin murder.
Yeah, basically murder
This is
the
the
first
only-
penguin I see him like immediately, and then like pick up the rest of the fruit.
I was gonna say this is the only gold egg level that's not really RNG based.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
another one that's not RNG based, but I am gonna make it RNG based for this run.
Right.
Yeah, to save about 3 seconds.
And maybe lose 3, depending on how it goes.
But hey,
Can I
we're
go
all-
for a donation here?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, following up from the €3 from before, we got another €2 by Witherman saying, I'm donating the rest of this fiver because Melon Master was mentioned. It will come out eventually, I swear. Thank you so much.
If it doesn't, Witherman, I'm taking over development.
We do love Melon Master.
Yeah. That's like a little meme we have in our community. They're like, we want to make like a spiritual successor to Billy, but like, we've called it Melon Master. And like, nothing's been talked about on that game for ages, so it's just like a big meme now.
Yeah, because we know Sega won't do it, probably.
But shh, we don't want to give any spoilers away for those who haven't played it yet. Melon Master, the top hit game, is coming in 2020.
I wouldn't go that far. 2021 maybe?
Made with the Unreal Engine.
Yeah. Alright, so we just skipped half the level just there with that dash jump. Nice movement there.
So there's a nice little clip here, which is we call Thorn KBC, which basically just clips you inside.
Yeah.
Inside the castle without having to go all the way around and picking up, so you'll see that soon. Also, it's a Cypher. He's pretty annoying.
He sucks.
He sucks. Richie's great, Cypher sucks.
Yeah.
Richie's rad, Cypher sucks.
We're gonna go like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, sort of. They're like Richie's cool, Cypher sucks, Ricky laid an egg or something like that.
Ricky laid an egg, yeah.
Going TBC.
That's KBC. Best KBC.
I missed the first shot.
This boss coming up.
Oh no.
Are there any guesses as to what his name might be? So I'll give you a hint of what he looks like. He's a walrus. Okay, he's a walrus.
You know what? I think his name might be Walrus.
You think his name might be Walrus?
Yeah.
Well, Kyrrone, unfortunately, his name is in fact Moles.
What?
That's right. The walrus is named Moles when the previous boss was literally a mole. Who knows? Sega, am I right?
Though, fun fact, Topo is called Topo because that's Spanish for moles.
Yeah, that's very true, but still, like, how ridiculous can you get?
Yeah, he could have been called something else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
like Toothy or something.
Unfortunately, this is kind of an RNG based fight. So you'll see in this next phase coming up, he spits snowballs out. You have to get either 5 big fruit, or 1 watermelon, 4 fruit, 2 watermelon, 3 fruit, or 3 watermelon you fully grow. So the way they go and the speed they come out can be quite random sometimes. So let's hope that he gets it in order to beat him quickly.
I think I got 5 there.
Did you guys ever mention about the egg sizes doing more damage?
Oh
no,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't.
Bigger eggs do more damage. We forgot that.
Yeah,
That's really important.
I'm sure Luda knows a bit
That's
more.
That's why he grabs all the fruit.
Yeah. Also, this boss has no damage cap, so we can just do that.
Yeah, they didn't expect you to be able to kill him so quickly. But yeah, you can literally choose like one of the quickest bosses in the game, or the quickest boss in the game.
His attacks get faster as well the lower health he has, so he gets very annoying if you don't kill him off quick.
Yeah. So like he's just sitting there dazed, and he didn't expect the onslaught that just occurred of him getting absolutely mushed by this egg. If you don't get a big egg, I have pulled it off once with like a half-grown egg. If you slam him, you can do it really quickly. It's like frame perfect A and B.
I did that at ESA.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. On Kai's last run, he pulled off a backup strat, which is very, very hard to get.
Yeah, what I do now is actually I just wait for free fruit, and then I just hit him a bunch during the second vulnerability state of him, because then I can still finish him off with half an egg.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh boy, it's circus time.
Alright, so this is the this is the
Oh.
infamous RNG level we're talking about. If we don't get cherries or pineapples dropped from the big cats at the end of the level, we have to wait 20 seconds for some like fruit on the ground to respawn. This is just because we skip a large portion of this level, and of course by doing that there's not enough fruit for us to actually pick up at the end unless we get lucky.
You also get to see the second egg-related, like just egg-related trick called which one do you do? Which one are you going to do, Kai?
I'm going to do PDR.
PDR. So this is a pretty wacky trick. This uses the golden egg's ability to not get damaged by big eggs. So if you were to use a small egg, it'll crack and burst, and it just won't work. But you'll see exactly what he does here.
If I get it,
and then if you get it, yeah.
Equally secret trick.
And we'll explain it afterwards.
World premiere. There we are. Beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. So basically, the collision comes back, and because it's a big egg, it just kind of pushes you up because of the way collision works in this game.
And if anyone's actually played this game, they know this level absolutely sucks, and they know exactly what we just skipped with that. Like, the whole section that we just skipped is like probably the worst part of the game.
The section that you just skipped, I spent hours on as a child. And we got quicker RNG actually.
And that's that's the optimization I was talking to Cosmic about earlier. Just kill enemies instead of going for the backup fruit.
Yeah.
And that's a 109. That's really
But
good.
the bit they just skipped, I spent hours as a child trying to figure out how to roll across it, like into the rail, but you have to like jump onto the rail and go across.
Yeah.
And then you have to push your egg across and then run and catch it on the other side. And if the golden egg takes one piece of damage, you start all the way back where the golden egg was. It is one of the biggest difficulty spikes you'll ever find in any game.
Yeah. That's
Can I
like
go for a donation?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, I got a €5 donation from Recolt saying, doesn't matter the time, it's always 10 AM somewhere in the world. With that, I want to mention, good morning! Go Kyrrone, Giant Clam, and Latafish, and catch the eggs. Thank you so much, Rico.
Good morning, Rico.
Shouts to Rico.
Yeah, shoutouts to Rico,
Yeah.
everybody. He's the actual guy who's doing this run. Kai's just a face.
He's under my desk right now.
Yeah, he's under the desk. Okay, so this is Circus 2. You're going to see a nice little out of bounds, but learning this level is horrible.
It's donkey.
It is donkey. So first of all, to start off with, there's a little bit of RNG if you're doing what I think you're doing.
Yeah, we can actually skip this now, but it's actually really like it's so bad RNG right there.
Cosmic skips it, and he just launches himself into the final room, which is ridiculous. But you basically it's a 50-50 chance. Whichever one you get, then.
I was going to ask you boys what do I should go for, but I completely forgot.
Yeah, I was going to say left, so I mean it's your loss.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do another sign bounce, but this time we're going to like put an egg sort of in our path for it. And an egg might be a little close, but we're going to try it nonetheless.
Yeah, so this uses the same physics as any of the PDR. So basically you just bounce off the egg. And because you're a small egg bouncing onto a static big egg, it doesn't do any damage, but if the big egg was rolling towards you, then it would destroy the egg, so that's how that works.
Normally I wouldn't do this strat, but because of the marathon I don't really want to have to reset this level. Essentially, there's no egg on this side of the room, so I basically open up the other side in case I lose my egg from this point on, which I didn't, so that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
If you die here...
Yeah.
I was gonna say that if you die here, the respawn point is the beginning of the level. Which is really...
Yeah. Luda, you know quite a bit about the stuff in this level. Do you want to go for it? I don't really know too much about Sultan.
I mean, I can go through Sultan if you'd rather.
If you want, you just go for it.
Yeah, I'll do this one.
Pretty straightforward.
So, he's a monkey, he hides in mirrors, and we're going to basically hit him out with his first mirror. We're going to grab this melon here, and then we're going to hit him like 4 times cover. Until he starts dinging. There we are, he's dinging. We're going to pick up this...
bell.
Yeah, we're going to pick up this cherry and the banana and then the apple. And then we're going to come to this certain spot right here. And we're just going to mash dash so we don't get sucked. And the reason why we want him in this position is because after he does this attack and he gets damaged, he'll turn around 180, go into a mirror, which we're going to get him straight out of by just walking into it. He'll then do that juggling attack, and we're going to hit him until he dings again. We're going to break this mirror. When he walks into a broken mirror, he goes vulnerable again. And the reason why we did all that is just so we can pick up that melon right at the end and kill him off like that.
Yeah, it's some spectacular fruit bounty. You do this entire thing just so you can get the melon at the end and kill him in that last cycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, the monkey's a little bit of an idiot. He just kind of walks into the broken mirror. He watches you break the mirror, and he's like, "I'm just going to continue walking, dude." So well done. You bested me.
Exactly.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It's one of the easiest boss fights in the game because it's completely like on rails. It's very easy to do.
Yeah, there's no RNG whatsoever, and my dinner has just arrived. That is ridiculous. That should be another half hour from now.
Alright, you go grab that. Me and Ludo take over.
Can I read in the donation during that while he's getting his food anyway?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we got another €5 from Witherman saying all circus levels world record or bust. Wow. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I'll
with
take
a-
it from him.
Yeah, I've been mean to do it.
Well, I'll take it.
Cam's gonna miss my super cool bounce. I'm probably gonna miss. Alright, so this is San Juan. This is like the penultimate world in the game, but we can't. Well, I won't spoil that just yet. But so this is the Sand world. Basically, I'll climb up a pyramid to get the golden egg. The first we're gonna try is a trick here called a crow bounce. It's like a sign bounce, but it's off this thing that shoots fire. And the things that shoot fire, yeah, have a hitbox. So we have to make sure we're on like the backside of our egg. And that was an amazing bounce. Like, we got so much bounce off there. And that saves like a second, so it's not like the biggest time save, but it just looks cool. And as I said, I'm just here to show off today.
Are you gonna go for the other route?
Yeah, I'm also gonna go for an RNG route here. Oh, that B was a bit sus there.
Right, I'm back. I just let him in. I haven't got my food yet, so I might disappear real quick, but hold on.
Right,
Yeah, so the route he's doing right now basically completely relies on RNG. This big dinosaur just here. If he drops pineapples or cherries, it saves you like 3 seconds. If he doesn't, it loses you 3. And unfortunately, it's the banana man, so we have to go grab 2 more fruit,
I
unfortunately.
think it might be 1, but I'll just grab 2 just to be sure, because I only just started doing this route today.
Yeah, it's either 1 or 2, but it wastes 3 seconds or saves 3 seconds, so it's kind of worth it because it's not too much. It's not too much.
It would be nice to get, but it's like, nah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
that's really good level
dino-
nonetheless. Like,
That dino's kind of sucks because for some reason you go to the normal route, he drops skill. Whenever you want to do the RNG route, he's like, no, I'm not gonna drop that for you.
well, that's the best thing. I was getting quite a lot of good RNG, which is why I wanted to go for it. But nah, Banana Man to go today.
Bananas again.
Yeah.
It's Banana Boy.
Banana Boy, that's it. Don't forget, you've got, what is it, like Melon Master, Cherry Chap, Banana Boy.
Cherry Chap, yeah.
Okay, so here's the hardest level in the run, and I'm trusting you boys to talk about this one because I'm gonna have to concentrate.
Oh man.
In fact, I'm gonna come off.
tricks in this
I'm
level.
gonna not listen to you guys for a second, and I'm gonna focus. But as soon as
Okay,
I've done so, I'll come back on.
Luna, do you want to explain torch skip and I'll explain the next one?
I'll try.
Oh well, actually, there's a little trick real here.
Yeah, there's the
that
first
he-
part where
yeah.
he's gonna quickly egg shoot these enemies, and then he's gonna try to get all the one he hit to basically kill the other one. It's kind of RNG based as well.
That was sus.
And then he was gonna stand in a certain spot to try to kill the.
Okay, so torch skip. What is it? How do we do it?
Very. Okay, so torch skip. It's basically just a sign bounce, but the only thing you really have to worry about is just that fire in the middle. It's got a hitbox or hurt box, and if you're not careful,
That happens.
just happy you lose your egg or you die.
Yeah, this trick sucks.
Yeah, but what he wants to do is just bounce across and basically skip like, I believe it's like 1.5 minutes of like underground section.
Yeah.
That we can skip
It's
it.
a pretty kind of hard thing to get. It takes a lot of practice, and even then, you still won't get it all the time.
it's very scary.
but-
You've got like a
Oh yeah,
very,
very much so.
very
Okay,
little amount
so-
of space you can go in. But
I'll explain this next one. So this next trick is probably one of the newest tricks we found. One of the newest biggest time saves. So it's called Family Skip, as it was first figured out in the... there we go, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Nice.
It was first figured out by a guy a long time ago called Mr.Fami that it was possible. Basically, you want to get up on top of this pillar, so he uses an egg boost, so he boosts on top of the egg. And then you want to run over to the statue at the side.
okay, yeah, mine,
So
that's
that
fine.
didn't quite work, but he's close.
At least it didn't lose my egg, so it's fine.
That's true. You can very much lose your eggs. So when you're up here, you go over to the statue
Nice.
by jumping on a pillar, and then there are 2 bees that spawn over here for some reason. No idea why they're there.
They should
Like,
have been.
normally you would not be able to get over here, but there are 2 bees. Using this one, if you go right into the specific spot to make it inflate, launch yourself across, and then you go
Family skip.
right into here and get hit,
Low-key family
then
skip
you
these
get put in the
are
boss room, and then you just go right into the boss portal.
Yeah.
That saves
Very
about,
nice.
what, 40 seconds?
Yeah. A lot of people overhype this trick saying it's too difficult, but to be honest, just spend some time with it. It's not that bad. I wouldn't recommend it for beginners, but it's way easier to get than torch skip.
It was originally found, and like it took me about 6 hours on stream of constantly save stating to try and figure out how to do it, and that was with a bee that goes past you and then comes back.
Yeah, this
rather
trick,
than doing the inflate strat, but the inflate strat makes it so free. It's unreal.
Cosmic really make that really easy to do. Like we used to like have to go off the bee's stinger and it was horrible, but since Cosmic found, oh yeah, if you lower it to inflate there, you can just get it to push you through. It's much nicer.
Shout out to Cosmic, by the way. He's done absolutely insane things for this game. Found loads of strats, and he's really got everybody to try a lot harder. He's been a great influence.
He's given this game a lot more attention than it used to get.
Yeah, we've got a good few people who come in.
Sorry, you have to count in 1.
Yeah, it's a very specific timing bit. You know, to get a very fast combo. Hopefully it should work.
Yeah.
But yeah, can we get some T-wide Cosmics in the chat?
Yeah, so basically you have to like try and get a bigger egg earlier than I'm meant to, just so we can like skip a cycle. So I have to like kind of wait out some fruit to go. Okay.
Yep. Dark Clover kind of
There we go.
brings the other bosses here to fight for him.
He's kind of lame. This attack's kind of annoying. We have to try and keep him away from our giant egg. There's a new strat for this which pushes him to the side, but I haven't actually spent any time with it that trick yet. Mainly because I like practicing this level, just because it's like very intimidating.
Oh yeah, it's a very intimidating level. Very interesting. Go on.
So I was gonna say, like, I don't practice it. I practice like every other level apart from this one, mainly because I know what I'm doing in this level. But it's just like it's a mental game whether I know I do this level well.
Yeah. An interesting thing about this is when he does his multiple clone phase, the one with the shadow underneath them is the actual Dark Corvo. So you'll see that now. You see how that one on the right hand side had the shadow underneath them. So basically, once they all stop, if you beeline towards that guy, all the other ones will disappear, so you don't have to hit them all. Yeah. And then that was actually a really clean Corvo.
Yeah, usually this boss is a bit of an annoying purple bug.
Yeah.
You know what that is from? You know what that's from, Clav? That's from that race we had the other day.
We had a race recently, and well, it's safe to say I'm rusty. Very rusty.
Oh,
but I didn't come
he cried during Corvo because he killed him.
I died in loads of places. I screamed. I made horrible noises. It was horrific. But anyways,
I'm editing the video, so I have like.
Yeah, that's great content for you.
Yeah. So now that we've done all the hardest level in the game, we can actually go back to do some fun levels.
Fun levels, yeah.
Did you guys talk about the route yet?
Yeah, we've done that. So now we need... actually, we haven't talked about the minimum requirements for being in this game. That's the important part. So in order to access fun level, you need 25 emblems. And right now we only have like 15, I think. I can't really recall how many we pick up with this route. It's something like that. But anyway, we've just got to go finish off a few quick missions just to round up our emblem total. It's not that cool. So we're going to do 3 more levels in Circus because they're very quick levels, apart from this one. This one's kind of slow, but the other 2 levels that follow it are very quick. So,
yeah, it evens itself out. And that purple hoop there, oh boy, that purple hoop. The ones that spin all the way around, if you time it slightly wrong, then for no reason he'll either slam his face off the wall and then die, or he'll fling himself straight up in the air and then die. So there's not too much winning. This is Reki.
Yeah,
he's pretty cool.
He's the final animal I think we catch for this run. Yeah, he is. We don't really do much hatching in this game, mainly because like it's so slow just to hatch them. And there's not many places where they're actually required.
Yeah, you don't need to kill too many enemies. It's really you only need to kill ones that lock gates that we can't skip, and bosses, of course. We kill about a total of about 60 enemies minimum in the entire run, and which is ridiculous. So we don't really save the crows.
Back in Forest 3, we were meant to hatch Cypher and break a wall, but we could just click through it. So
yeah, which also means that you don't kill any enemies.
Yeah. This level actually got rerouted recently up top, where we go to the right now and we can shoot Becky through a wall and hit 2 of those power things at once. But yeah, again, it's something I've taken a break from the game recently, and it's something I haven't really spent time with since coming back for practicing this.
Once again, though, if your name is Cosmic, it's
It's something you do.
you're very good at stuff like this.
I don't think it's meant to be too hard. It's like it's not even that precise. It's just learning it. I'm sat down to learn it yet.
Yeah, I haven't even sat down to learn some of the ones that were found out a couple of months ago. Never mind.
We're gonna do some swag strat here. We're gonna give a shout. We're going to give a shout out to our friend Shadow Knight 283 for discovering the setup for this trick coming up. Clem might have no idea what I'm talking about, so he's probably just gonna watch.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Don't worry, dude.
Okay.
I'm not that bad, right?
Well, no. The thing is, you've been out of the game for quite a while now. I'm not sure what you know, what you don't know now.
Yeah, I do know this.
I missed it.
Unfortunately, you did miss it. But basically, once again, like using the tree or the egg for family bounce, or the tree, family skip, sorry, or the tree in Dino as the backup strat that Kai did. You can use this sign to give you a bit of boost.
Yeah, we're not going to go for it.
And it basically just puts you right into that hoop.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to get, but a good setup. As long as you get the setup right, it's free.
Yeah.
But getting the setup is the hard bit.
There's a very little black dot on the ground that we look at, and I felt I couldn't really see it at the time, so I kind of just wing it.
Yeah. Normally you'd have to press the switch to open this, but unfortunately these guys get tortured from the outside, so they just die. And the great thing about this level as well, only one of those guys has the emblem, so normally you go around killing every single person, not knowing where the emblem is, but because we know exactly where it is, and thankfully it doesn't change, we just book it to the end and kill that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, also there's a very, very interesting thing that happens, which I'm going to bring up at the end of next level. Whenever Billy collects an emblem, if you look at his eyebrows, they do something wacky. They do something very wacky. We won't spoil it, but there certainly is some interesting stuff.
This is the shortest level in the run, by the way. This level takes 18 seconds to complete.
Yeah. Casually, and not knowing the strats, is harder than most Golden Eggs levels. Basically, you put firework in a firework cannon and shoot it.
Oh yeah,
but,
unlike Golden Egg, if this thing merely touches an enemy, not even if the enemy damages it, it will blow up.
Yeah.
So you have to be. It's like the escort mission. That's really
cool. As he's about to pick up the emblem here, after this stuff is, so if you watch very, very closely at his face, you'll see a little bit of an indentation that appears and a kind of a rise of, some might say, surprise.
A rise of surprise.
So if you keep an eye, and there we go, there it is.
Oh!
Leave his eyebrows alone.
So basically, at the very end, his eyebrows are fine, and then as he gets to the end of the mission clear, they skyrocket and they stick out. It's disgusting.
Nearly entered the wrong level there, boys.
Have we spoke much about the other levels that are in? I don't think we have there, like the ones we don't play.
Yeah, so we got different types of levels. There's minigame levels where you have a 2-minute timer to collect these emblems, and then you have to just collect enough in the time limit. So essentially, yeah, those are 2.5 minute long levels. We don't do them. So we
yeah, exactly.
We haven't been able to.
This level's kind of unique. We don't have any other level like this where we just got to roll a snowman about. Got to grow it up by just rolling in the snow. There we are. And then we're just gonna
this one is really annoying as well, because no matter how big this snowman gets, if he touches a spike or an enemy touches him and to damage him, it's gone. It just goes.
It's really annoying at the end as well, because you'll go that thin little slope and there's a one right next to it, and if you're slightly too much to the right, yeah, you'll just lose your snowman.
Yeah, the collision is a little bit bigger than what the actual thing for the egg is. The snowman, the collision is a little bit bigger, so it can hit the very, very side of the thorns and just go boom, and that's a little bit of time gone.
Yeah.
And because you run out of snow as well.
So this is my favourite level, so I want to talk about this one.
Alright.
So this is similar to the Save Row level. One of our friends is trapped with a bomb. We got to go save him. His name's Bantam. He's pretty fat. That's his gimmick. So we're going to roll up here and skip these blue hoops by jumping off that. I'm going to turn the camera, roll jump over here, get up, and then I'm going to do the double tree bounce I did in Blizzard 1. 1, 2, bam. No IGU though, that's a shame. We can get like a little half-second time save here. Bounce out this hoop, go for the blue hoop, and then we're going to get our footing, jump, and roll into this room, and that's Bantam. Hey Bantam, just going to deal with the bomb for you. There we go, done. Peace level. I just love this level. Like, I spent like hours grinding the IL just to get it really optimized. It's really fun.
Doing that level casually is kind of annoying.
Yeah, you usually have to go like around the outside of the level and then come up from the top. But they left that little window in case like you mess anything up so you can leave. Yeah, but we just go through that window just to...
Yeah, they didn't expect us to come smashing through the other way.
Yeah. It's like, probably the big problem with this game is like, the devs had all this movement put into the game, and we're not even sure whether like they intended us to do this stuff, or like whether or not they just overlooked, oh yeah, if you do this and this and this, you can just get there. Like usually a lot of game developers build their levels around the character's move kit, but we can't really tell for this one.
I thought you were going to talk about dash canceling.
Oh yeah, we
that intended, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could be intended.
I'll explain dash cancelling whilst I'm off this slide. So essentially, you might have seen me a few times like dash and then end my dash prematurely to start new dashes or jump. Essentially, what we do for that is we basically just like put our stick back into neutral and then tap forward. It's quite an easy thing to perform. But it just allows us to optimize our movement. So like up here, I want to jump up here, then I can just dash cancel, jump, and then say frames. Because like every dash jump has like half second of landing lag, I guess, to it. So like anytime where we can like just cancel our dash into a regular jump is really helpful. Like,
yeah, the way it's performed is, that's why we're not sure if it's meant intended or not, because when you dash, if you just put your stick to neutral and then push it forward again, it completely kills the speed.
Yeah.
So, like, personally, because of how easily this was found, we can't see how the developers and playtesters did not see that if you just let go of the stick, it stops.
Yeah.
So we think it might be intended, but honestly, you never know, to be honest.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. This was Sega's earlier days, so again, it could be anything.
This is a game where the devs didn't think about bouncing up against a sign.
That's very true, yeah. Or running up against another egg.
Yeah. So this level's kind of weird. By the way, I'm going to go for the tree bounce strat, because...
the easy one.
What the one that Lude says is like stupidly difficult even though it's free.
We're good at some stuff now, so it's okay.
I go for the ESB here, and I think it's easy.
What, than just like
Bouncing.
what, than just placing your egg on this spot
Hey,
here
people have their own strats, people do their own thing.
Yeah.
and just bounce up like that. Easy. So yeah, another sign bounced off a tree that time into our egg and we just skip most of the level with that.
Similar to the Circus 2 one,
Yeah.
where we kind of know how to bounce.
Yeah, we should actually get the developer. We should see if we can
Interview
the developers
Yuji
for this game and see if they could watch a speedrun and see if they're like, oh my god, what?
Yeah.
What just happened?
IGN Yuji Naka
Exactly.
watches Billy Hatch with a giant X speedrun.
Think of the title. It could be anything. Sega watch the fastest Sonic game. It's just Billy Hatcher.
The best Sonic game.
So we're only one level away, and it unfortunately is a race level. This is a bit boring. Race levels are very monotone, and they're the exact same thing. You can mess this level up quite easily, actually, though, because sand sucks.
You boys are just saying that because you're talking to the king of race levels.
Listen, I was the king of race levels. I had every single one until you guys decided that
You
you're
did
gonna
until I went, you know what boys, I want all
perfectly
4 of them.
Isn't clip-in now perfectly optimized to the point where you couldn't even do it a frame quicker?
No, we
There's
thought
one frame.
Yeah, I missed one frame, but I have done it perfectly in the press room at ESA.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of things. I did have it great. I had it pretty good. You could probably get a couple more frames out of what I had.
Do you guys
but
wanna-
then people come along with super clipping me, and it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so with races, what he's doing right now is basically he's clearing the way for Babu. Whenever he hits a block, whenever any race guy hits a block apart from Rabish, because she can, They slow down to, I think it's about half of their speed, and then they speed up to 1.5, and then like 0.56 or something like that. It's like a different number that makes them go faster and make up for more ground.
I don't know, mate.
It's something like that. So, technically the most optimal way to do it would be to break all but one thing. So he slows down a bit and then speeds up more, and then as soon as he slows down, you let him hit another thing, so that would be like the most optimum way, but unfortunately these pillars are spaced out badly, so he can't really do much. So you just break everything in his path, and he just runs through at the same speed.
See, for someone who's not the king of race aisles, you sure know a lot more about race aisles than I do.
Oh yes, because I used to be Emperor of aisles.
Okay, so I will explain this next trick, because this is my trick. This is something that I found. So this is called...
This is a cool trick.
So if anyone knows this level, we have to kind of go underground and solve this little puzzle, but that puzzle sucks, and going underground in general just sucks. So we're going to skip that room by doing something kind of cool, and that's not part of the trick, that's just me being stupid. Okay, I'm still being stupid, just give me a second.
It's fine, he's just warming up.
Yeah, I'm getting you guys excited. Alright, so we're going to dash up over here, we're not even going to open the underground. And then there's this, so there's a death lane right here, but there's a little gap that we can just squeeze through. So we'll jump in, roll forward, land on here, turn the camera, and then dash jump. And now we're at the end of the room.
Yeah, well, pretty good. Who found the drop down? Was it Shadow or was it me?
You found it.
It was
me?
No.
I
think it was in the task, wasn't it, the drop down strat, and then like...
Oh, I figured out how to sort the camera, and then you figured out Kaiju.
Yeah, and I figured out you didn't even need to...
Cosmic found a way to kind of fix it by kind of like moving around next to the sun, but I think he found it to just...
Yeah, if you just go in and you hold back, it thinks that you've gone through it only, it just fixes the camera, so everybody messing around is just having fun. There's also a very fun strat, which took me a long time to get RTA. Called Underground Skip, which is an egg shoot bounce, which launches you over to this platform he's currently on, which is extremely precise, and I might go for it in a couple of rounds at some point, but because it's so late, it's not worth it.
Okay, so we're gonna go for like probably my least favorite trick in the game, or like the one trick I don't really do in runs because I'm scared of it, is the statue jump. And as I feel like I'm on a pretty good pace, like ahead of pace, we're gonna go for it. So we're gonna bounce onto this torch off the slide, that's the hard part, right? And then we just got a dash jump over here. And that was beautiful. I never get that first
Nice,
time.
that was perfect. And now this is what I was on about. Doors do not exist, you'll see. If you walk against the wall...
Don't talk about it. We'll just let it happen.
Then you'll see something interesting. And gone. It just doesn't exist. This is one of, I think, 2 doors in the game that do this.
Yeah.
If you press up against a wall, it sets Billy's angle very specific. And then if you hold up left, I think it's directly into the notch in the GameCube controller. Yeah. Then you run across the wall, and you're just slightly ahead of where the door should be, where the collision is, and you just slide in past it. It certainly is something interesting.
Yeah, it's a very it's one of the easiest skips in the game. You just walk across a wall and you're in.
Oh yeah. And this is exactly what we wanted 25 emblems for. Because other than that, this doesn't work, and it doesn't work in any other levels either, unfortunately, so we can't skip any emblems, even though we can access this level like half an hour in.
Yeah.
Casually, this level sucks, because usually you beat the game, or beat all the bosses really soon, and you're like, okay, I just want to go straight to the last area.
Yeah.
But when you get to the end with like 20 emblems, it's like, okay, you gotta go get back more and get more courage.
Yeah, I was watching a stream the other day, and he had like no backseat gaming, so I just watched him go through the entire level. And he's like, wait, can I not do this level without a certain amount of emblems? And I went, yeah, sorry, I didn't want to tell you.
So let us get a really cool trick here that I think you found out, didn't you, Kai? Cat clip.
Well, I didn't find this strat, but I just optimized it.
Yeah, if you click through the wall, it just skips the door. Oh, that was an upwarp.
Yeah. Yeah, this happened, but it's not that big deal.
And then here's one of the biggest skips that saves like the most time, I think, in the entire run, called Palace Skip. You skip the entire level by jumping up here.
So we're gonna place that right there.
Saves the most time.
It's one of the biggest.
I don't think anyone's timed it yet.
I don't think anyone wants to.
Anybody wants to.
Yeah, this level sucks casually, but just doing this, it just makes it a really fun level. So we can bounce up there, and now we're on top of this wall, and if you look over there, that's the end of the level. And as you can see, this whole little section just takes us very near it, so we can just do some platforming in the level. It's pretty nice. I'm going to go for an IGU because I didn't get a single IGU this run. And then we're going to get some risk of that. Nice.
Yeah, I'm one of the only people who will always try and get into that green hoop, whether it kills my run or not.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped doing it by going for that middle platform now, and it works you to bounce off the edge.
Yeah. So this is the final boss in the game. He has 2 sections, and he's probably the easiest thing you'll ever do.
Yeah. Also, for the people in the building community, I discovered this today. We'll go through this very quickly. This is just a little optimization that I just want to talk about quick. So he starts off by shooting puddles, like that's the whole thing. You just got to clear a puddle, Mario Sunshine style, and he basically will do that until he does half a rotation around this map. So he'll come over here, and then by the time he's over where Billy is, he'll slam down. If there's a puddle on that spot, then he'll like clear it over the puddle, and we can't attack him like that. So essentially, what I'm going to do now is when he does this puddle attack again, we're going to look at where he is, and then we're going to go clear the puddle on the opposite side of him, just so like we get nothing in the way. Also, we only need to clear one puddle, but just getting both out of the way is just sort of kill time.
Yeah, this is the only one that you can do 2 puddles. The other one, unless they're very close together, you can't actually time 2 puddles because the timer decreases. This boss can be ridiculous with his timings, but he is probably one of the easiest, and he has surprisingly low health. It goes down very quickly.
Yeah, he has 4 phases.
And this one, you just hit him with his own bullets, and he just gets destroyed.
So let's see where he goes to. He stays there. We're going to sit here then. Luckily, it looks like we could just ignore him for the most part.
So this will be one of the cases where you can get 2 puddles because they're inside each other, but it doesn't normally happen.
Let's go over here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, you'll do like half a rotation, and you'll land about here. See, Ludus is not RNG.
That actually works perfectly well.
Yeah. So we can just hit him once he's not like. Usually when he clears a puddle, those puddles have a hitbox for quite a while. So like, just being able to like not have to worry about that is pretty nice.
That is very, very true.
That's the first phase of the final boss done.
It is pretty good. Yeah. So this is the end. It's very self-explanatory. Basically, all the courage you've gathered comes back. Whoa, haha, very funny. But overall, if anybody is actually interested in running this game, we do have a Discord on speedrun.com if you want to do it. But I recommend very much at least playing this game. This is a spectacular speed game, and as you can see here, it's wacky. It is insanely wacky.
So now we've got Big Shadow Crow, and he's very scary. So scary that we lost our uniform.
Yeah, he strips you naked, which is a little bit Monka TOS.
Yeah.
But it's okay because we get our clothes back and we catch fire at the same time. So.
Yeah. But as I'm saying, like this game's a really good speed game. Like I've shown off like a few difficult tricks here, but a lot of the tricks I'm just going for is like top level tricks. We usually have a lot of safer strats with newer runners that like easy to get and also save quite a lot of time over the casual routes.
Yeah, and just a thing for time, it's when you touch the ground after picking up the emblem.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's very, very quick at the very end, so just be prepared.
Anyone who's played the game casually might remember this boss being frustrating, because you have to like press B within like 3 frames of this shadow ball touching you. But if we get damaged, we can extend that window, so if we get hit and just mash B, like very gently, we can just very quickly get our like light ball. It's a very easy boss fight. And then we just hit this out.
It's once again, it's a huge difficulty spike in both the boss and how accurate you have to be with getting the light ball. It's absolutely insane. I couldn't do it while I was a child. I figured out the strat is. Also, you're actually on very, very good pace, Kai.
What is my pace actually?
You're currently at 107.50.
It's like
108.30
or something?
108.30ish, yeah. I will say time when it's done. Before
I'll say time because you've got a little bit of delay, haven't you?
Oh, that's very true, yeah. God, I'm an idiot. I'm sitting here thinking I'm just watching you in my
room.
Oh,
he's getting away!
No, he's running away!
Yeah,
mention when time is because Rykel just says that he's blind.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit later than 108.30, but still, this is
Very good
this is
run.
a really, really good run.
1, 2.
For reference, the world record is 106.25,
22.
22, and your PB is 106.59.
Yeah. 56. 56.
56, sorry.
You got your number flipped wrong.
Numbers mixed wrong, yeah.
And time.
There we go, and that's it.
Nice.
That's Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys actually got interested in this run, definitely check it out. The community is very helpful. You get to meet people, lovely people like Ludo and Clam here, and myself, even though I'm not the nicest person. And we'd be happy to have anyone come join this game. Thank you for everyone donated as well, going all to a great cause, and means a lot to hear all the support from my boys.
Your boys.
Yeah.
That's me.
If you want to watch more, if you want to watch more runs, just join the Discord. There are people who post their streams for Billy and that lot. Ludus does a lot of Billy streams at the moment. I'm sort of taking a break, but I'll probably be back soon.
I'm probably coming back soon. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows, honestly. Even I don't know.
But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm meant to do from here, so I'll let the others take over. But thank you guys. Thank you a lot.
Yeah. Thank you for doing the run, Kai. That was very entertaining. Very, very well done.
I really enjoyed doing it.
And everybody who's watching and everything, it's amazing that everybody is donating to this and watching. There's so many people watching. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And the charity as well. Just a big shout out to BSG, just real quick. Great cause, great marathon company, everything spectacular. Love what they do.
Really well done.
Let's go BSG.
And big shout outs
BSG.
Big shout outs to you boys as well for carrying that commentary.
It wasn't very carrying. You were talking quite a bit.
I flubbed right at the start, so you guys can take over.
Great. Well, we don't really know what to do.
Yeah. We'll let.
We're just waiting for.
We'll let the admins take care of this.
Yeah.
Great. I don't know what game is next, but hopefully it'll be a good one. Nobody go anywhere.
I got this. Oh, I do have the schedule. The next run is.
You guys forgot one thing.
It's Metal Glen Solid running Metal Gear Solid.
You guys have a good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone have a good morning. That's probably what we're missing.
Very only half 8 at night, but good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Morningland has indeed been saved in 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Pretty good.
Which is like a minute faster than my personal best. That's a marathon run as well, that's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, dudes.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
Are we still on?
Thank you for joining the Billy Hatcher 80% run.
Oh yeah, so, I mean, once they sort us out, let's talk about these credits.
You get a lovely little...
We'll start with the song
and everything.
Yeah.
The song is the best thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have this on, just turn it all the way up.
Yeah.
It's the best song you'll ever hear.
If you're not listening to this song 24/7, what is wrong with you?
Exactly, yeah. I go to sleep with it. It's my alarm. It's my lullaby.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the marketing team. They'll probably come up in a minute. They did a terrible job at selling this game.
Yeah. They
Probably why no one's heard of
did a
this.
horrible job. I don't even know how I got this.